Hi there, it's Joshua aka Little Music Bear, and today we'll be taking a walk around Changi Coast or Tanah Merah Coast in one of the more isolated areas in Singapore, which is mainland outside Changi Naval Base where I'm working at. So this walk is just to take a look at the surroundings. So we're here at Tanah Merah Coast Road, and as you can see here there are more lorries than cars, and this is the road that leads into Changi Air Base and the Navy Museum at this site. And the strange thing about this is that this place is like 7 kilometers deep in, so most taxi drivers or Grab drivers wouldn't even want to come here, and delivery services here are non-existent because they are like out of range. And besides here, it's just reclaimed land all the way. So for today's vlog, I'm going to use a sports tracker to track the distance. Currently it is at 0.24 km while I attempt to walk from the previous bus stop all the way to the next bus stop, which is probably a few kilometers away. As you can see here, this is a new park connector that has been built as part of the coast. It's part of the new trail. So some background information, because I have not been logging for some time. So currently for national service, I'm being posted to Changi Naval Base as an admin support assistant. So every day I come here and make a rather long journey, almost 2 hours or 1 hour 45 minutes by public transport, changing between various modes like 3 buses, 2 buses, MRT and a shuttle bus. Today is half day, so the shuttle buses do not operate at around this time. It's now 12:13 p.m. so we could either take bus 35 or try your luck and see if there are any Grab cars available. But today it's just for experiment purposes. I'm going to try walking to the next bus stop, which is, according to Google Maps, it says it's like probably 2.5 kilometers away or so, but we'll check it out. Today's weather currently is around 32 degrees, partly cloudy, which is quite good compared to the previous few days. And since we are near the coast, even though this entire place is reclaimed land, it's actually much more comfortable than the previous few days where the temperatures have been going up beyond 35 degrees Celsius. But sometimes due to the lack of buildings here, you also can get a bit hot, especially if the sun is shining directly. So I've been walking for around 5 minutes now, as you can see, and there isn't a single bus stop, and it's just along a long stretch of construction site. I assume that this is for Terminal 5, or it could be somewhere there. I have to go and look for Google Maps as a reference. So I just did a check. We are now 1.45 km from the naval base, and we're going to continue on. Currently the view looks quite the same, though from here, from certain openings at the side, you can see all the way to the CBD area, which is quite nice. And from here you also can see all the way to the end. Not sure if it's captured in the video, the red roof of the Tanah Merah ferry terminal. Oh, and there goes the bus. There's only one bus service here, which is bus 35, and the distance between 2 bus stops are usually several kilometers apart. So I've been walking for about 15 minutes now, and if there's anything nice along the way, I'll give you an update. And right here I'm stopping a while because there's an opening on a construction site, and if I zoom in all the way, you can see the beach with this skyline of Singapore CBD in the background. really nice view. Unfortunately, the beach is not open to public access at the moment because there's a construction site, state land. All the way to here has been 2 kilometers and we have arrived at the first traffic light junction with this building. Looks like an incinerator. And yes, after getting across that traffic light, Panamera staging ground. And yes, a view of the sea also. I think given that according to the map we're kind of near to the ferry terminal and there are some factories on the other side, which means that we're kind of almost there. Okay, also some background info on the transportation here as we're walking, and you see some cyclists just pass by. So usually there'll be a shuttle bus that brings us from Panamera MRT station to the naval base in the morning and the afternoon. So these buses always take the same route, but since the road is so straight, they tend to go over the speed. So public buses usually can go 60 km per hour, but these buses sometimes do go beyond 80 km/h. And also, if you can see here, the road all the way is just quite straight with nothing in between. So there's always a tendency to speed. It's fine, it's not speed cameras, but just nice speed cameras doesn't cover the right location, so speeding still occurs. And now we have walked close to 2.5 kilometers. These flowers are nice. And from the other side, you'll see the road leading into Changi Air Base, which also has buses catered from the Tanamera MRT station. But the airbase is all the way inside, so it's not so accessible. And you can see all the way here, that's Changi Airport from distance. And here you can see the speed of the cars as they go through this 4-lane route. But there's also cycling paths here on the road. So right here there's a bridge that we will go up, and here you can have another view of the sea. And it's kind of windy here. You can see aeroplanes flying in the sky. We are now about 2.7 kilometers in. I would like to raise your attention to this. See, these bike sharing bikes are still dumped everywhere. I mean, there was once which this problem got really bad in 2017 or 18, then all the bike sharing companies just closed down one by one. But up to now, you still see these bikes being dumped around, especially in areas like this. And here, this is the first sign of civilization, maybe. You get but it's a foreign worker dormitory, and it's right in the middle of nowhere. Even up to this distance, the nearest place that sells food is still at the ferry terminal, which is quite a distance away. I think they're kind of approaching a bus stop soon. And we've just walked past the dormitory, and that's a bus stop. We have finally arrived within a proximity of a transport link after many kilometers. I wouldn't say that many, okay, maybe close to 3. But the bus frequencies here aren't so good, so in the meantime I will show you around here. Not another one. Somebody just dumped another bike here. So the interesting thing that I want to point out is that there's cycling lanes on the left side of the road, so they will move to the left of the bus stop and they'll join back through the front. So this makes it much safer for the bikes, so they don't collide with buses waiting at the bus stop. And as you can see, the bus stop here is still the old orange one. And now we just have to wait here for bus 35 to stop the distance tracker. So meanwhile, just look at the route for bus 35. It goes along Tanamera Coast Road to ferry terminal, then eventually the Tanamera MRT station and Remote End of Changi, of which each bus stop is situated very far from each other. The maximum gap I think is 7 kilometers, but there aren't any buses that operate here apart from this. And here you go. 3.1 kilometers, 1,610 steps, and it took about 28 minutes to cover this distance between 2 bus stops, and that's kind of a far distance. Now let's just wait for the bus, but it seems like the bus is not coming anytime soon. And so after about 6 minutes, I managed to go bus 35, and this marks the end of the vlog. So if you enjoy this experience, you could try it out yourself, I guess. But of course, please go on Google Maps to check the distances because it could be rather far, especially if the weather is hot. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Bye!